Hi and welcome back to the channel. This time I'm taking an initial look at the L5 Apex detail sander sent to me for review by Dovaman. Okay, let's get it open. What have we got in the box? Got the user manual. We've got a pack of sanding pads. We've got the sander. And also what looks like maybe an attachment for a vacuum connection. One of the first things I look for in a power tool like this is how long is the mains cable. So just stretching it out across my workbench here, this section is about 1.1 meters. Get it across there, so 2.2. I'd say that's probably about 2.5 meters long, which is a decent length. Having a short power cable on a tool like this just makes it almost impossible to use, so that's really good. So as well as having a decent length of cable, the other thing that I always look for is how heavy is the tool, because there's nothing worse than having to use a tool which is really heavy. It's very tiring over a period of time. So let's put this on the scales. Yeah, pretty much exactly 1 kilo, 2.2 pounds or thereabouts. The body's made from a hard plastic and there's a rubber like over moulding over the top. It's not soft, but it's more pleasant to grip than something that's just very hard plastic. The dust box is also plastic. Main switch is on the front, protected by a sort of like a flexible membrane. Easy to use. There's no speed control, it just runs at one speed, which I think is 12,000 RPM. To remove the dust box, it's easiest just to hold the sander down and then wiggle the dust box side to side when you're pulling it off. I suspect it's just stiff because it's new. It'll probably work a little bit easier after a period of time. There we go. Once we've taken the dust box off, we can fit the vacuum adapter on. It's got two little spigots, if you like, here. So you line up the two spigots just here, push it in, rotate it, and it's locked. Once you've taken the dust box off, to empty it out you need to take the lid off. There are two little flaps here that allow you to almost twist the top off. Again, they're quite stiff because it's new, so I've actually found that just by putting your thumb in here, it's much easier to just take the top off that way, like so. And then obviously it can just clip back on when you have emptied it, like so. So yeah, your thumb's going to get dusty while you do that, but it seemed easier to me. Also worth pointing out, it looks like it's got a removable filter, so it's just held in by a simple plastic clip. Don't know where you get spare filters from, but it would probably take some generic filter material if you ever needed to change that. May well be washable, I don't know. Comes with 6 80 grit sanding pads and also 6 180 grit sanding pads, so you've got something for pretty coarse sanding and then something for some finish sanding. So putting it on, it should be very similar to most other sanders. It's like a hook and loop type, Velcro type fitting. Just need to get the holes lined up. I haven't got it quite right there, but that just demonstrating, and then they should peel off like so. Let's put one of the 180 grits on, see if I can do it better. Yeah, bit better anyway, but you get the idea. Okay, well I've plugged it in. Let's turn it on and get an idea of how noisy it is. I'll take a measurement of the sound level using the app on my phone in a moment, and I'll put that on the screen. But just reading the manual, it gives a figure of 78 dB for the sound pressure level and 89 dB for the sound power level. Okay, well let's see how it works in practice. So what I've got here is just 3 different samples of wood. I've got some soft pine there, some looks like 9mm plywood, fairly cheap plywood, and then some MDF skirting that's been pre-primed. So starting off with the 80 grit. Doesn't seem to have taken a lot of wood off, I have to admit. Let's just try with the primed MDF. Okay, well, obviously it's removing the paint and it's leaving a reasonably smooth finish. Let's have a look. The dust box, let's hold it down, wiggle it to one side. So yeah, it's collected a fair amount of dust. Okay, let's have a go with the plywood. Yeah, you can feel the difference. The pad isn't really showing much clogging at all. So that's either indicating a very effective dust extraction into the box at the rear, or it's not actually taking a lot off. If I have a look at that, yes, you can feel where it's been sanded, but I'm not quite sure that's as rough as an 80 grit that I would have expected. But anyway, let's do a bit more with the primed MDF. So I think it does require quite a bit of pressure to actually start to remove that that paint from the surface. Okay, so I've swapped over. I'm now on the 80 grit, and I'm just going to try that on some plain MDF to start with. So sand it up to about there. You can see the difference. I mean, you can't feel it, but I can certainly feel that that's a much smoother surface than here. But again, it does take quite a bit of pressure to seemingly remove the dust. So let's have a look at how the 180 grit fares on the pre-primed MDF. Yes, that's a very smooth finish. You don't use a 180 grit to remove paint. It's something you should use a much harsher grit for. But as a finishing sand, yeah, that would be pretty good, I think. Now my hands are pretty dusty now. Let's take the box off while we're looking at it. Put the thumb in there and twist it off. So, fair amount of dust, and the filter there, well, there's bits, probably a good idea at certain points. Take that out, maybe blow it out if you've got a compressed air or sort of like a dust blower. That would be quite a handy thing to do. Now, whilst you can use a detail sander like this to deal with fairly large flat areas of wood, perhaps the more typical use of a detail sander is when you're trying to get into some corners. So what I've done here is I've just mocked up an example of a corner, maybe the corner of a cupboard door, a shaker style cupboard door with a surround, and you're trying to get in and sand off some paint or just get it smooth again. So a random orbital sander will never deal with that. You'll just end up with a section of the corner there that you just can't get to, and you've either got to sand it by hand or you get a detail sander like this. Okay, let's take the dust box off, and I'm going to put the vacuum adapter in, get it lined up and twist it, and then I have a Nilfisk Buddy 2 workshop vacuum, So this is just the standard end. So that plugs in there. Reasonably good fit. So as you can see, I mean, we're still on the 80 grit, yeah. It's certainly removed all of that paint. Need to do a little bit more and around there to get rid of it. A lot less dust, as you would expect. It's being sucked out and into the vacuum. So if you're doing any extended sanding, I'd certainly recommend, if you've not already got one, considering getting a workshop vacuum. They're really useful. If you get a wet and dry one, even better. Let's take that off. Yeah, you can see hardly any dust in there. So very effective dust extraction. I've noticed that the sanding pad does seem to sort of slip a little bit, so that would indicate that the fixing isn't perhaps as good as it could be. Could be the pads, of course. Maybe they need to be pressed on really hard, I don't know. So just a quick comparison with the two sanders that I actually own. So this is a Bosch PEX 400AE random orbital sander, probably about 3 or 4 years old now. Bought when my previous Bosch orbital gave up the ghost. This is a Bosch PDA 120E. This must be a good 10 years old. So this is my current detail sander. It's been used and abused, but still works. And then obviously you've got the Dovaman Apex L5. So you can see the size difference. This is very much a heavy duty, large scale wood or paint removal tool. This very much in the realms of the Dovaman. It's a detail sander, although I have used it for general sanding when the need arises. The downside of the Bosch is actually the length. It makes it quite difficult to get into areas. So if you've got something like this, it's much more compact. You can get it into a tight area. Now, what do I think about it? Well, one of the main things I like about it is actually its compact size. It fits nicely in the palm of your hand. They used to call them palm sanders rather than detail sanders. So it's comfortable. It doesn't weigh too much at about 1 kilo. Just out of interest, I went back and weighed the Bosch and it's about 1.2 kilos, which is not a huge difference, but it's a lot longer, and that makes it quite difficult to work around in a confined space. So I like, in terms of dust clearance, yes, you get a fair amount of dust into the box, but you do still get dust in the surrounding area. Put the vacuum adapter on and connect it up to a workshop vacuum, it's much better. Clears the dust very well through the holes. So that's a good point. Like the long power lead. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it really than that. Does what it's supposed to, sands. So I haven't done a comprehensive review because I can't go out and buy lots of different ones. Currently on Amazon for $48.97. It's got a power rating of 130 watts. I didn't know whether I mentioned that. So it's in the sort of like ballpark price range, and Amazon always add a little bit extra on, don't they? So I think at about the 40 to 45, maybe even £50 mark, it's reasonably competitive. It's certainly not the cheapest that you'll get. Long-term reliability, I cannot comment on. I've only used it in this short period of testing. If I have more to say, I'll throw a post on the channel at some point in the future. Now, I typically try and give products a score out of 5, and I very rarely give a 5 out of 5. For this Apex L5 detail sander from Dovaman, I think I'm going to give it 3.5, maybe 4 at a push. It does what it's supposed to. It's nice and compact in the hand. And so I would certainly say put it on your list when you're considering a detail sander. Have a look around, and certainly worth a consideration. And with that, I'll call this one done. Thanks very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you found it of some use or interesting, please do give it a thumbs up. helps me a lot. And also consider subscribing if you've not done so already. Okay then, I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers.